Grand in Vegas on the Strip. After the third and final presidential debate was over, I spoke with RNC Chairman Reince Priebus in the spin room. Let's take a look, then we'll check in with former... All right, joining us now, the RNC Chair, Reince Priebus. I know your name. You know your name of this.
It's a tough name. I do. He did a good job tonight. I thought he was great. I thought the first half hour was really good. I thought it was very smart to hit the base issues, bring Republicans home. It's an important part of the campaign. Remind people who he is. Conservative judges, pro-life, pro-gun. I mean, these are important issues. And remind our whole party what's at stake here.
That's an important point, because there have been a lot of people in the Republican Party. I know you're in the middle of this, probably not a position you want to be in, but in many ways, they're not only not supporting him, they're more critical of Donald Trump than they are of Hillary. And Hillary's policies, as she espouses them tonight, just on the court, just on immigration, just on refugees, just on the economy, just on health care, so diametrically opposed. Why aren't they more on board?
Look, I think it's important to remind everyone tonight. It was a very strong reminder in the first 20 minutes of the debate of what's at stake. And so I think that's really good for our party. Secondly, I thought he had great pivots. I mean, he kept reminding the people at home, look, foreign policy, you can talk about foreign policy all day long. Russia, wait a minute, what about the uranium deal? What about the fact that you made hundreds of thousands of dollars giving speeches to Russia? What about the Russian reset? She's disqualified on these issues. She had the position. She was Secretary of State. And what did she do when she was Secretary of State? Everything got worse. Yeah. She has no standing.
And the line about you had 30 years, what did you accomplish? Well, I was in Arkansas and I was doing children's education. Well, we pay more per capita for education with the worst results. So, but the thing that stands out the most after tonight, putting all the clutter aside, is we have two very distinct, different visions for the future of this country. On the courts, on refugees, on ISIS, on immigration, on Obamacare, on the economy, on energy, on education. These differences are deep and profound.
Well, they're deep and profound. And the fact that even, I don't want to go back to the life issue for a second, but I thought it was very stunning that she doubled down on partial birth abortion in the 8th and 9th.
No, 9th, last week.
I mean, honestly, people can have differences of opinion here, and I'm very strong pro-life, and I get it. It's one of these issues in general elections sometimes people like to stay away from, but I'll tell you what, the fact that she came out and didn't actually say, that 8th or 9th month might be a little bit different.
The fetus is viable. I was actually impressed because Trump knew the Heller case, had details about the Heller case. And look, obviously that wouldn't be his wheelhouse as a businessman, not a lawyer. I was pretty impressed he knew.
Of course, and most people out there, even smart business people, aren't sitting out there spouting off the Bill of Rights and talking about the amendment. Look, she hates the Second Amendment, but she loves the Fifth Amendment. So do all of her employees. They plead the Fifth all day long. It's her favorite amendment. That's what she's all about.
What do you think of these new Project Veritas videos? You have a money nexus where on tape, operatives are saying they get the money from the Clinton campaign, funneled through the DNC, funneled through Democracy, whatever it's called, Action, and then to those that foment violence and are plotting, planning, and scheming massive voter fraud.
Well, I mean, it's a total violation of the FEC laws. I mean, the fact that they're hiding money and circulating it in every different direction. They're admitting that they have go-betweens between soft money organizations and hard money organizations.
That's a violation of law.
People, I don't expect viewers to be in the weeds on campaign finance, but this is serious stuff. And the fact that they would then incite violence where cops were coming out with their heads full of blood at that Chicago. And I remember people coming...
bragging about it.
But I remember people coming here. Are you going to put out a statement denouncing the violence at the Trump rallies? What are you going to say about it, Reince? Aren't you going to denounce...
Hillary lectured Donald Trump.
It was created by them.
And they're bragging about it on tape.
Right.
I think in the days to come, I'm not sure... I think there's a lot of balls still up in the air that the public hasn't absorbed in terms of public polling. I think the Veritas tapes are part of it. I think the WikiLeaks is part of it. I think there's more to come. I think in the next 20 days, there's going to be a lot of information for people to absorb. Are you worried that the time is running short?
Well, look, I mean, no, because I think these news cycles are, one day feels like a week and a week feels like a month. 3 weeks is plenty, and we'll get it out there.
All right, Mr. Chairman, how'd you like? He was unconventional with debate prep, I hear. Is that you were part of it?
Yeah, but he was focused. So I mean, I thought he was going to have a good night tonight, and he did.
All right, good to see you, Chairman.
All right,
thank you. All right, joining us now is Miss California USA 2009, Carrie Prejean, and radio and TV talk shows, Dr. Gina Loudon. And by the way, in real life, they're really close friends and they live around the block from each other. Yes. True? And you're going to go gambling right after this.
Yes.
You never. I just gave you $100.
You just gave me $100, and
Because you
I'm
said,
supposed
I
to
don't
go gamble with this.
All right, but Carrie knows how to gamble.
But I am horrible. I'm like the worst luck in a casino that I'll lose everyone's money in the whole casino. It'll be bad.
All right. How about she makes the decision on what to do, and you just act like it's yours?
Okay.
And then I'll split the profits with you.
You're going to have fun.
Okay.
All right, is that
well,
okay?
if we lose a lot, we can just blame you too. That works.
Oh, is that what's going to happen? How do I lose this? All right. Thoughts on the debate, Carrie?
I thought he really did an amazing job. I really do. I think that he stuck to the points. I think the best moment of the night was when he asked her if she was going to give back the $25 million, because she likes to say that she's for women. When she took money, $25 million from Saudi Arabia, who persecutes women, who doesn't let them drive,
Oppresses
kills
them.
gays and lesbians.
Yep.
That was the best moment of the entire night.
Yeah, and by the way, Hillary,
She didn't have an answer for
are you
it.
going to give are you going to give the money back? I want to know.
Yeah. And
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
he pushed a lot of her buttons tonight. I watched the body language because that's what I love
That's what
to
you
do.
do.
I watched every time he said the word liar or lie. She did this you recoil. It was interesting. I don't know if you noticed, but I thought I saw a filter on her, and I did not see one on Mr. Trump. Look at it. Look at it again
What
later.
do you mean by a filter?
There was a filter.
Yeah.
If you look at the blue behind her, there's like a blue and a yellow on
mean
the
a
lever.
filter
They made her
camera.
look better.
Like that, they made her look softer. See, girls know this stuff, Sean,
Yeah.
because we use filters in pictures. We
Especially
don't-
beauty queens.
Yeah, well, and TV people.
Are you
also.
telling me, is there a subliminal message?
You don't need a
Hannity needs a
filter. You
filter?
do not.
No,
You're
well-
telling me I need a filter?
No, but I'm telling you, if you were debating someone and they put a filter on the other person, that is not fair.
It just
Anyway,
shows-
so I don't know what happened there.
What?
Maybe she demanded it. Who knows? But here's the other corner he pushed her in that I loved. He
Talking to my ear. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He actually pushed her in a corner, and I haven't heard anyone mention this yet, that she actually gave up to the entire world our nuclear response time tonight.
Oh, they were our cameras. There's no filter. They're telling me in my ear.
Oh, that's what they're telling you.
Yeah.
They were your cameras. We're sure about
Apparently,
that.
they're Fox cameras.
Well, then they had to be perfect.
I thought Chris did a really good job tonight. I thought he was asked
Could've been
equally tough
light.
questions. Everybody kept them on point as best as they could. I think that's an advantage, Trump. You know, because you've been dragged into this whole, Donald Trump's not nice to women thing. And the New York Times tried back, I think it was May, and they lied about your feelings on Donald Trump. You came out publicly. You were on my show at the time. And now they're doing it again. All of a sudden, when I heard, listen, I have a daughter. But if somebody's going to claim that he groped her and grabbed her on a plane that's filled with other people and say it was okay for 15 minutes, but only if he groped me here but not here, and then we have an eyewitness that said I sat next to them the whole time and said nothing happened.
Yeah.
The media ran with it. And that's frustrating, and you felt that frustration.
Oh, it's extremely frustrating. The media has not been fair to Mr. Trump. And what I say, and it's kind of funny to say this, but he owned Miss Universe and Miss USA. He was around the most beautiful women in the entire world. Why hasn't any of them come forward? If he's this groper and this inappropriate man, why wasn't
But
he
you said even
trying
more
to
than
get
that.
on?
You said he's been a mentor. You said he's helped you with
absolutely.
projects, and it's
he
always
doesn't
been
want
available.
people to know about it because that's the type of man that he is.
Yeah.
I know him personally, and he, goes the extra mile. I mean, you met Miss Wisconsin,
Yeah, I did.
with the terminal
What a
illness.
lovely, she's a lovely woman.
Yeah, and she even
She's
spoke
so-
about him giving the coat off of his back to
No,
her.
she is really in a tough spot physically.
Yes.
And he's already given a scholarship
Yes,
to her son,
her son.
who's a teenager.
And he didn't want any recognition for
None.
that.
No, he didn't
and
want
I
any
talk to her
recognition.
every day.
Yeah.
And she says, Carrie, I will fight until my very last breath to defend this man. And I said, I'm right there with you because he helped me. He always supported me. He uplifts women. He, helps them with their careers. He does everything for women.
And even bringing, I thought, Pat Smith, the Benghazi mom, the angel
she's
mom,
lovely too. Yeah.
to have her there tonight. And he never bragged about it during the debate, which I thought was really amazing and says a lot about all the things that I've heard about him repeatedly. On the other hand, you take Hillary, Sean, and this is a woman we all know has taken hundreds of millions of dollars from ISIS funding governments who kill women. Like, we get this. And then you take, of course, all the women that she humiliated over the years that you've interviewed and that I've
abused.
watched them and abused. And then you look at the 12-year-old rape victim. The left doesn't want to talk
Kathy
about
Sheldon.
this, but this is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is about who has really lifted women up. And we know he hires more of them. And her her Clinton Foundation, as we found out, pays men $80,000 more than it
Oh,
pays
that
women.
little bit of hypocrisy.
Right?
Yeah, all right.
But nobody
You know what?
talks about that.
So you guys are going gambling?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. You come